Hola. From the west side. It is me, DCThePurpleDiva. Behind all my heart, y'all. And happy Monday. I hope everyone had a good day. I know there is a lot going on in these YouTube streets, but I still got to put up my content, my live stream, because your girl DC is too close. Do you hear me? I am like too close right now, based on what YouTube Studios is telling me, to 4K to not come on and do my live. But anyway, I had a couple of things that I did want to talk about that are swirling around on the platform right now. And the first thing that I want to talk about, well, before I do this, let me put out my little disclaimer. This is my opinion only. Do not come in my chat or in my comments and start talking nasty, because you will be blocked. Your comment will be deleted. I'm exercising my opinion on my platform. Okay, so now let's talk about Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty and the BS that they appear to be trying to pull, trying to rewrite history. So let's start with we all know that Nicki Minaj's husband went to jail or prison and was convicted of rape as a teenager, and that he has paid his time, but he now has to register wherever he goes as a sex offender. Now, if you have to register as a sex offender, you're not going to forget that, okay? So apparently, they moved from one state to another, and he did not register as he is supposed to. And here we are. So next thing we know, now, let me go back a bit. Now, Nicki Minaj was being dragged for being with someone who had been a juvenile rapist or convicted of rape, however you want to put it, and who is a sex offender. But it should not really shock people, because she's backing her brother as well, right? Okay. So why are we now hearing that she and her husband allegedly are trying to offer money to the victim to recant her story? So what, to say that it didn't happen when she showed up to school that day and immediately reported it as soon as it happened with ripped clothes, with blood on them? What exactly is she recanting? What exactly is she recanting? Now, I understand that he paid his time. I understand that. And it would be a different situation if it had been consensual sex and it was deemed statutory rape because of her age. But that's not what happened here. That's not what happened here. And the victim in this case, people are trying to turn her life, upside down because of something that happened to her. And this man now wants to flip the script along with his celebrity wife. But you see, if in fact this is what they are doing, Nikki girl, you dead wrong. You dead wrong for this. You knew that this was a situation when you got with this man. And if he's telling you anything different, that woman ain't never recanted her story all this time. What makes you think that if you putting $100,000 in front of her, allegedly, is going to make that change? What do you think is going to make that change? Seriously. Burning my sage up in here. All this nonsense going on. Hey, Joe. So, I'm not understanding why the Barbs are going after a rape victim, harassing her. This woman has had to move out of her house. People are harassing her daughter, who is apparently a TikTok influencer. Hey, DLD. And we're supposed to believe suddenly that this woman lied as a teenager. So what? She ripped her own clothes and she came up to the school with blood on her clothes and immediately reported this situation. But she was lying when apparently the evidence and everything, and I don't know if he actually confessed to it or not. But you're not gonna harass somebody. You don't have enough money, Nikki, to erase your husband's past. Just like you didn't have enough money to erase your brother's past. This is some sick shiznit. And this little girl, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but no. Shouts out to Josie Beauty, who did, play it this morning, and had a whole bunch of Barbs come up in her chat, acting a freaking fool. You women should be ashamed of yourselves. And men too. Going after someone who was sexually assaulted, raped as a teenager. Hey, Aminas. Thank you. Now, one of the things that the young lady said about her mom, and this is one of the reasons why I truly believe that this did happen to her. She didn't make this up. Is that her mom, as long as she is known, has worn baggy clothes, you know, so as to not attract attention to her. And that, you know, hit a nerve with me because my late aunt, who died last year, was raped as a teenager as well. And a child came from that rape. And my aunt, just like this young lady's mama, you know, covered herself up. But what my aunt did is that she started eating and she made herself big so that men wouldn't want to be bothered with her. They wouldn't try to touch her because of that. That's how it affected her. So this woman saying that this is how her mom is acting, I believe her mama was raped, you know, and I don't think she would be lying about it being him. He wasn't nobody back then. And Nikki grew up in the same neighborhood. She knew this about this dude before she got with him. You're not gonna pay somebody some money. You think $100,000 is all it takes? You think that's all that she would be pressed for some money? From what I understand, she owns her own house outright. And right now she can't even live in her own house because she's afraid to live there. The woman just wants to be left alone. Kenneth needs to just continue doing what he needs to do, registering as a sex offender, whatever state he's in, and fighting his battle in the courts if he really wants that status to be taken off of him. But it's not going to happen, dude. You know why I know it's not going to happen? Because I know people who have sex offenders on them because they had consensual sex with another teenager. But because the other teenager was under a certain age, it was considered statutory. And of course it was, you know, in that situation was white and black. But in this situation, we have a black woman who was a black teenager when this happened. People were thinking that this must have been some white girl. I'm sorry. Do y'all know the demographics of Queens back in the day? Do y'all really know? Apparently y'all don't. Hey, I mean, don't you know LL Cool J is from Queens? Y'all need to stop that old mess of making assumptions. No, this stupid fool did something horrible to someone else. He paid for it, but unfortunately, because of what he did, he will continue to pay for it for the rest of his life by being a sex offender, registered sex offender for the rest of his life. It is what it is. There's no amount of money that his wife can pay to get that off. He just needs to live his life right. You know, doesn't mean that, you know, he can't be around his own kids. Just means, you know, he's got certain restrictions on him. He's got to be a registered sex offender for the rest of his life. It's not the end of the world. But he made a mistake when he was younger. And so there are consequences. And this is one of the consequences. And being married to Nicki Minaj is not going to make this go away. Period. Point blank. You know? So anyway, I always when I have these kind of conversations, I put up my overlay so to give you guys some hearts. But I'm back here. Let me see. How do I take it off? Let me see. Okay, so now it's gone. I'm trying to get. I can't put the ones on that. I can only put them in the background if they are moving. I can't put them as an overlay. My overlays have to be something still, unfortunately. But I love my purple hearts. So the next thing that I want to talk about is this young lady who unfortunately set herself up going on the I believe she was on the Kevin Samuels show and rated herself, and they told her she couldn't rate herself a 7, so she rated herself a 5. Now this is a 6-figure woman, who has her own, and she, I guess, had some standards of what she wanted. And this dude told her that she's not good enough for what she wants, and that she'll probably end up alone because she's not even good enough for someone who's below her. Now, this was a dark-skinned sister, y'all. Y'all know I got serious issues with these colorist freaking people on this goddamn platform. I saw the young lady, and I've been roaming around YouTube. I've been listening to the men in the manosphere, and different people having their conversations, and then the women just dogging out this woman, and they're making everything about her looks, and then these same men don't understand why some of these women, unfortunately, date out. Because, this woman was basically a 5 according to their standards. And they said no one could rate themselves a 7. Trust me, I would never rate myself a 7. I'm a dime. And I know it. But this young lady, apparently, what the hell is she calling it that fool for? Asking him, talking to these fools who are trying to pretend like they're experts on what a high-value man would want. Well, I question whether some of you gentlemen are actually the high-value men that you say you are. If all you seem to take pleasure in is just trashing this young lady. And then I was in one chat listening to someone talking about what they made, and how much money they're making and everything. And, that even they weren't enough for this particular person, blah, blah, according to what this person's standards were. Now, let me tell you guys something. Let me just put this out there. For the most part, and this is real, high-valued sisters don't tend to be with brothers that are at that same economic level or higher. And it's not because we're not attractive as a whole, but what it is that when these men get to these quote unquote levels of success, they're now looking for the young dumb chick who hasn't reached their same level. They don't want to be with someone who is, where they are. Now, I'll tell you something, just from my own personal knowledge and experience, that generally, if a woman makes more than the man she's with, eventually it's going to be a problem. Just from my personal experience when I was younger. It's a problem. So, but these brothers in these YouTube spaces, because this ain't real world. This is just their real world. Are under some delusion that, well, here's the thing. Most of us, according to the YouTube streets, are, average looking. So most of us are a 5. I'm sorry. I guess I just have super high esteem, okay? Because I know I'm not average looking at all. And that's not even being vain. It's just, why would you just put yourself as average and just say that most people are average looking? That's a bunch of BS. And most Black women are just average looking. So what? We're just basic in our looks? I don't think so. And this crazy rating system, that I don't know why she thought she was a 5. I guess she thought she was a 5 because, based on what she looked like with makeup on versus what she looked like without makeup on. See, y'all, I don't wear a whole bunch of makeup. Y'all see me put on a little bit of eyeshadow, but I promise you, I don't have no cake of, powder on my face, making my skin look different than it is, or anything like that. I don't do all of that. And then they were talking about sisters in weaves. You know what, ladies? Y'all can't win with some of these brothers now, can you? Because they're complaining about the weaves not looking natural, and then they don't really want to deal with your natural hair. I don't really care, because I'm going to wear my hair any way I want to, in a neat way. Who is Nightbot going after? JJ? I don't even know what did JJ say? JJ, I don't know what you said. Oh, you came in with bombs, yeah. Nightbot doesn't like bombs. Sorry, JJ. You got timed out. Apologize, but I'm really not sure who you are, so when you come back in, introduce yourself. Don't come in with a bunch of emojis. Just saying. Say hi first. But y'all, this definition of the high-valued man versus the high-value woman that is perpetrated across the YouTube streets is just crazy to me, because it appears that how they look at it is definitely dealing with the finances first. It's dealing with, how much money you're making, And then we're dealing with how you carry yourself, how you take care of yourself, how you look, all of that stuff. Yeah, it probably was a troll. Bye, troll. I don't care. Trolls, there's plenty of chats popping off for them to be trolling right now. Right now, I'm just gonna stay over here and do my stuff. But my definition of a high value man is not necessarily about whether he's six figures or not. Because there are a whole bunch of six-figured men who are shiznick men. Pure D a-holes. Stuck on self, narcissists. And that's not what it's about to be high value. High value, it has to do with, obviously, how you handle your business, yes. But you could be a high value man and you don't have to be in Wall Street. You could be a self-employed, plumber. They make a lot of money, in case y'all didn't know. And they clean up pretty well, too, when they're not working. But people's versions of what a high-value man is. So, a high-value man is wearing the suit. It's only the man who's in a suit, really? Because, I know plenty of millionaires that don't wear a suit. They're not into all of that. See what you guys. Hey, Tutu, thing, Miss Pamela. So I really feel bad for this young lady, but I have to wonder, why are these women tuning in to Kevin Samuels and getting advice from this dude and allowing him and the people in his chat to tear down them and rank them? Like, what the F is that about? I wish I would let somebody rank me on this YouTube street. The hell? I don't think so. Number one, I'm not coming to YouTube looking for advice on how to get a man. And not looking for advice on how to get a high value man. I know how to do all those things all by myself. But I also know that what many of these women are looking for, they're looking for it based on finances. And for many of them, they're not what the men that they're looking for is looking for. Hey, Joy. They're not what the man that they're looking for is looking for. I mean, and I hate that, we got all of these sisters that are hanging out in these chats listening to this nonsense. That sister is being roasted across the internet right now. And, she's not an ugly sister. She's a dark-skinned sister. I think she had a weave in her hair, and Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say she probably is more of the average look. But I don't know if I would have rated myself a 5, even if I was a 5. You know what I mean? And I think by her doing that, that just opened it up for other people to come at her that way too. But I mean, I was listening to, you know, to some of the commentary, you know, and I know the manosphere has their spin on stuff, you know, and you know what they're looking for and everything, and you know, and all these dudes that are, you know, older, like 30s, 40s, or 40s, trying to jump in with the 20-something-year-old chicks, you know, and not with the women who are age appropriate. Let's see what you guys are saying. Joy, are you a KS fan? Oh, I gotta catch Joy. Sorry, Joy. Oh yeah. 10 years is as young as I'll go. Well, two, same thing. Girl. The youngest that I talked to was 14 years younger than me. And this was when I was in my 30s. Was I in my 30s? Yeah, no, I was in my 40s. I was in my 40s. He was in his 20s. You know, I mean, but he didn't want to talk to women his own age. But see, here's my issue with him. He wanted somebody to pop out a baby for him. See, you know, I wasn't really willing to be popping out a baby for somebody in their 20s. And I'm in my 40s. So, yeah, no. But he did get some older woman to pop out a baby for him. And he has that kid. She didn't want that kid. He got full custody of his kid. I knew that's what he was looking. He was looking for somebody to just pop out a baby for him that he could have. Child. It's one of them Texas boys. Yeah. Where was he? And he lived in Houston. Yeah, he was in H-Town. Lived down in H-Town. It was a Houston boy, Southern boy. This was back when I was working for GE. And I was working in Texas for like a month and a half to 2 months. I was there for like 2 months because we were doing a systems conversion, and I was on the conversion team. That's how they got my butt up in some IT stuff again. But yep, sure did. Met him at the skating rink. He was skating, so was I. I miss skating, y'all. I ain't been skating in so long. I don't know if the skating rinks will ever open again. At least not the ones around here. I guess I could go skating at Venice, but now it's too cold to go skating at the beach. It's getting a little too chilly to skate at the beach now, you guys. Winter is coming to the west side. Winter is coming to the west side, y'all. You're older than your children's father. You still have custody. I think he just got with somebody who didn't really want to have, didn't want to really be bothered with the kid, and he did. You know. So it is what it is. That's what I think happens. Where is my cup? I need some ice. 1 second, you guys. I know y'all can hear me, and I got a good mic now. I'm walking to the kitchen to grab me a cup like this and ice. I need some ice, y'all. I'm coming back, y'all, with my ice. I'm coming back. Yeah, but KS, however you want to call him. I mean, he got a formula out there. I ain't mad at him because he got somebody listening to him, but they're listening to nonsense. You know? And personally, I don't think he's giving these women the right information. You know, I think he just uses it as a tool so he can, you know, talk about them. And they set themselves up for it because they call him, they ask him, they ask for his opinion. I'm like, why are you even asking this fool for his opinion? Who cares what his opinion is? I'm just saying, y'all. Hey, Terry. That, I'm just saying, in my opinion, that's not the standard of a high-valued man who could be an authority on what other men want. Now, maybe he's an authority on what these guys on YouTube want, but not real men. Not real men. Y'all gonna have to get that from a different source. And ladies, please, stop going up on that boy's platform and allowing these people to tear you down. That's just so despicable to me. You know, and hopefully she's got, you know, she's strong enough that she can deal with this social media backlash. But you know, I'm not gonna repost the picture of the young lady. Y'all can find it. It's on KS's page. Shouts out to Chaos Reigns, because I did go through his chat and he had a discussion in his chat, and you know, I listen. When I go into manosphere spaces, I don't get into arguments with brothers because I'm just there to listen, to hear what they have to say. Doesn't mean I'm going to agree with what they're saying, but I like to hear the points of view. And you know, most of these brothers are. You know, we're talking about the majority of these men in these spaces are in the age ranges of 45 and under. So, you know, yeah. And I guess, you know, who am I talking about? The young lady that went up on that was on Kevin Samuels' platform and was asking for advice on how to get the kind of man that she wanted, the kind of high value man that she wanted. And he asked her to rank herself and told her that she could not choose 7. So she chose 5. I think she said 6. And then a 5, if, first thing in the morning. Even first thing in the morning, I'm not a 5. Okay? And I would never tell somebody I'm a 5 first thing in the morning. But like I told you guys, DC just happens to have her esteem intact. And I don't give a F what anybody on YouTube thinks of me. My guy loves it, So we good. Besides, I'm not even in the equation of what any of them are talking about, because remember, I hit the wall. I am a woman who has already hit the wall, so I'm not even in the conversation. I should have me a bunch of cats here with me, right? Except I don't. I don't even like cats like that. Yeah, I'm just saying. But I'm like, I'm not trying to live up to YouTube standards by any means. I'm not. I have high self-esteem about me and myself, And it's not like I've always been that way, but I am. But at the age that I'm at now, if I don't have high self-esteem by this point, then shame the hell on me. But by the time I was 40, I was already I don't care what you think about me. I'm going to be who I am. And by the time I hit 50, well, I was really there, okay? And I'm creeping closer to 60 at this point, so y'all already know. And I can still get a man under 30 to try to talk to me, even though I'll tell him, sorry, you're young enough to be my child. Back off. But ladies, don't come to YouTube for advice on how to get a man from a man, okay? I'm just saying, y'all are looking the wrong places. And I'm certainly not going to get on here and give people advice on how to get a man, even though I know how to get one. But that's not my field of expertise. I can simply give you advice upon my life experience, and I can certainly, talk about things from the perspective of an elder. But I will say that some young ladies have delusions of grandeur in what their selection of men is. And, please believe, I don't want women to be under the misconstrue that if you make $250,000 a year, that automatically opens up the gates to you to getting men who make that kind of money. First of all, we all know that there's not that many people that make that kind of money. The majority of people make what? $50,000 or less. There's a lot of people who $50,000, you know, 50 to 75,000 is the household income. So, you know, and then you have a few that are in between the 75 to 100. And then as you go over the 100,000 to 200 and 250 and all of that, there is a less of a population. More importantly, less of a population of available people. So the reality is that men in that age, in that bracket, are not expecting to get a woman that makes what they make. Women, when we get up to a certain amount of money, the majority of us are going to be with the man who may not be making that, unless he's working several jobs or he has his own business. Hey, Angel. I love you too. I'm almost there, Angel. I know it's going to be this week. YouTube Studio says I have 4K, but I don't really have 4K. It's like I'm like so close to 4K that it just automatically rolls to 4K. But when you hover over it, it shows that I'm like somewhere between, I think I have like 14 hours now short. So I'm really close, y'all. So, you know, that's the reason why I'm continuing to grind, because I need to make sure that I'm over 4,000. I want to be like 4,020 or 4,030 hours, so that there's no chance that my hours will go back. Because I don't know what the procedure is when you go into review. I don't know if you can upload or anything while you're in review. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can go live. I don't know what the procedure is. So I have to find out all of that stuff, find out what I can and can't do while I'm in review. I guess I can still probably upload. I just may not be able to go live while I'm in review. I don't know. I really don't. I'll figure it out, I guess. But yeah, the reality, you know, I don't know where people or why people. I know you're not trying to turn up the volume on the TV. You better stop. I don't know where people have made the assumption that being high value is all about the finances. It's not all about the finances, y'all. It's other things that are entailed in that. You know, it's about, you know, like, for example, you know how they say you never stop learning? Like there's always something, you can always improve yourself. That's part of being a high value person, is that you are always doing things to improve yourself as well. Because let me tell you, there are many people who have been six figures, not been at six figures, been at six figures, not at six figures, as this economy has gone up and down, you know. So that's why I'm saying what you want to be with someone who you're comfortable with and who you guys can, you don't want to be struggling, you know. And, you know, depending on where you are in life, you would be building together. Now, obviously, if you're older, then you both should be coming in with something. You know what I mean? Because once you're past a certain age, if you haven't ever like had property or even a timeshare or something, you know, a vacation home, that kind of, you know, don't have any type of retirement portfolio, haven't, gotten some type of stocks and stuff. These are the types of things that you can have as part of that high value. It's not all about your job. It's about what you do with the resources that you have as well. Let me see what you guys are saying. Yeah, I am. You guys, I'm like, I hate looking because I'm so afraid that it's going to go down. But for the last 2 days, it has not been going down. It has just been going up, and it's like I'm right under 4,000 hours, you guys. I'm like, in minutes, I'm at 239,000, I think 787 minutes was the last I looked. And so 240,000 minutes is 4,000 hours. That's how close I am. Less than 1,000 minutes, which is less than 24 hours. So I'm just gonna keep putting keep grinding out my content. That's what I'm just keep doing what I'm doing, until I get the email, because that's the way that it goes now. The way that it goes now is that you don't automatically, you can't automatically apply when you hit the 4,000 hours. YouTube emails you. So when I get the email from YouTube, then I'm going to go from there. But I'm sure it's going to happen this week. So I'm trying to make sure that my channel is, that I ain't got nothing crazy on my channel. I don't think I do, So, and as far as I know, I don't have any copyright strikes. The Vlogmas music, you guys, that I'm using, I did donate to that channel, and they emailed me, my license for using it for my Vlogmas. But I put in the thing, I'm not a monetized channel, but I will be. But I don't think that they'll put any commercials really in most of those Vlogmas because they're not long enough. So I'm not even really worried about them in there. But because I now taken that music, and I can play it, pretty much royalty free, that means that if I do a live stream on Christmas, I can use that music, and I won't get a copyright strike on my live stream. See how I'm thinking, y'all? So anyway, that's, that was the only thing that I was concerned about. That the video that had copyrighted music on it that I put on in 2011 was private, and I deleted it this weekend. So it won't even be there when I get ready to go into review. Because the video was really an upload of a DVD that I made, and I have the DVD. So I don't have to have it on YouTube. It was only on YouTube for family, and if they didn't see it before I made it private, when I started putting content on here, oh well, they'll have to come to me to get a copy of one of the CDs that I made. That was the first edited video that I ever made. Oh, you talking about Natalie No, you're talking about Natalie Deshelle. Her Natalie Deshelle Reed. Yeah, Reed was her married last name. Her I met her before because her cousin is really good friends with my ex-husband, and so when she got the role in BAPS, we actually met her, because he went with her to the premiere. And she's 53 years old, and she had cancer. So they did not say that it was COVID, because she did not have COVID. But yeah, I talked to her cousin. I know he was really messed up, But yeah, 53 years old. She was young. I mean, I remember when she first came out here. I remember when she got that movie with Halle Berry. And she's done a few other things since then, but that was like the biggest thing for her. Yeah, her name was Natalie Deshelle Reed, because she got married. But she's from New Orleans or Louisiana. I know. Another one with colon cancer. That's two African American actors that we have lost this year because of colon cancer. And you know that they don't even talk about getting your colon checked until age 50. And Chadwick was 43. He had it before he was even 40 years old. They need to move the age for having your colon checked to lower, because this is something that it can be treated and can be caught. People don't have to die from colon cancer. And it's so sad because we Black folk are dying from this. We're dying from it more, but Caucasians or white people are get it more, but they're living. You understand? They're surviving. We're not surviving colon cancer. We're not surviving. That's the thing. So yeah, folks. I'm just gonna say, if you got good insurance and you're over the age of 40, you want to get a check. Don't wait till you're 50. And colonoscopies are not pleasant. However, it's part of the things of just keeping yourself well. And see, that's one of the things that we are missing right now while we're in this COVID, because all the barbershops are closed down. The barbershops were talking to men about taking care of their colons, taking care of their prostates, and and high blood pressure, and all of these things that attack Black Americans at a higher rate, more detrimentally, because we don't take care of ourselves. And I'm saying, even those of us who got good insurance don't take care of ourselves, because we don't like going to the doctor. We do not like going to doctors. We don't trust doctors, which is another reason why it's so sad that there are not that many Black doctors anymore. That was one of the reasons why there were so many Black men and women who became doctors. That's what my dad became a doctor. You know, for us. Now it didn't hurt that we're also Afro-Latino, and my dad speaks fluent Spanish, because that made brown people comfortable going to him, because, you know, they didn't trust, you know, the doctors here because they didn't understand what they were saying. Language barrier. But we don't have a language barrier. Our issues is that when we feel pain, they don't believe that we're feeling pain. They think that we can take more, that our bodies are, you know, are different, you know, and we don't experience pain the same way as they do. They're wrong. But that's what they think. Oh yeah, David Landers, Squeaky from Laverne and Shirley. He had multiple sclerosis. He was 70, I believe 74 years old. And then Wendy came back on her show today. Well, apparently, I don't think her mother must have passed a minute ago, and she's just letting the world know. So I'm just going to leave that one right there. But, you know, apparently she ain't going to cry in front of us. We're not going to catch her weak. Okay. I don't know what's going on with Wendy, y'all. I don't know. I don't want to believe those rumors about the white horse, that she's riding the white horse again. I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that she's riding that white horse again. But they're saying she's riding the white horse. They say she's riding that white horse again. Yeah, she did, but you know, but it appears that her mother didn't just die. Like, it didn't just happen. Like, we're just now finding out about it, is what it is. I've been on for an hour and 6 minutes. Wow. That time went past. All right, let me come on and put on the camera. My son wants to come over here, y'all. So let me move my music. Come on. I moved the iPad so you can come sit. You sit first. You sit. All right. All right. Here, me and David. Let me move it up so you guys can see this. I know the pictures are grainy because we're on the laptop. But I'm looking for a camera, you guys. I'm looking for one. But I probably still do my lives either on my phone or on my laptop. I'm probably not going to even bother hooking up the camera for doing lives. The camera's really probably going to be for, I don't know, y'all. I ain't figured that part out yet. But I'm going to get out of here. Oh, one of my gaming friends came in. Hey. How are you? Thank you for coming through. Oh, I will. I'll come through. I see you in my chat. I will come through your channel. All right, you guys. I'm going to get out of here. You say bye? Did you say bye? Okay. All right. You want to go? All right. Okay. y'all know how he does. Okay, guys. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I have no idea what I'm vlogging about for my Vlogmas tomorrow, y'all. I don't. I'm just being real. It'll be something. It'll be something. But I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Until then, I offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. All right, you guys. I'll see y'all. Thank you for coming through. I know it's a lot going on in these YouTube streets, and you could have been anywhere else. But I appreciate you guys coming through here. Peace.